next pop-up will be a forbet pop-up. In this pop-up we have all information we need to identify opponent's forbet strategy, regarding if they are forbetter or they are calling a forbet. So these are general information, out of position and in position, where we can see their forbet stats. We can see green is color indicates the aggressive line, so green color will be a forbet range, this blue will be a call 3-bet range. Basically you just want to be concentrated on a green color to identify their forbet range, and this is for in position, and we have here for 150 blinds effective their forbet range. Here we have information how they play as a caller of the forbet. 42% this player is calling forbet out of position. We can then see a range that is calling a forbet. Again, we know that the blue color means passive line, so this calling of a forbet is a passive line, and green is aggressive line, so green will be a 5-bet range in this spot. And we see a call versus forbet, 150 blinds effective. We can see which hands this player called a forbet when it's deep. Here we have post flop as a forbetter. We can see their strategy, their flop bet, turn and river. And these are the boards, how they play on the certain boards. We can go here and see their flop strategies, the sizing that they are using. This player also has a lot of 1/4 and in between 1/4 and the 40% of the pot sizes. Here is out of position and in position. This is general, just how he plays in the forbet pots. This is out of position, and we can see turn ranges, river ranges. We can see delay range, how they play delay c-bets in forbet pots, and we have the same information for turn and the river in position, so we can see their triple barreling range, which type of hands they're bluffing, or are they even bluffing. And in a call we can see how they play as a caller of the forbet. We have general information, and we have divided out of position as a caller of the forbet, how much they fold on the flop, turn and the river. We can see how much they fold on the versus delay. We can see their check raising range, and it's mostly check shove range on the turn, and also we can see their raising range, also probably shove on the turn, to see do they have bluffs which or what type of hands they are shoving with. We have the same for the fold on the turn, for the turn and the river, and basically you have all information you need. I wanted to say that this is a general information about calling a forbet range. If you want to be sure, you can just go and click here, and you have for every position. You can see, if you go hover over it, you will see which hands they're calling a forbet with in certain positions. So this is just a general to be oriented, to know how their range looks like. But if you want to go into details, you can also see the hands range for every position. Then I wanted to show you also one small pop-up that I think it's pretty useful in today's games. It's a donking pop-up. Here you can see about the fish that will donk flop a lot, how they will play on the turn, how much they will fold versus a raise, how much they will donk flop bet turn and then check fold river. Basically you will have all information you need to see the strength of their donking range, and you can see how to play against them. This will be mostly for the fish because reg will rarely donk a flop, and this is for me really important. It's a donking range on the turn. Uh, GTO is has a donking range on the turn because turn card may favor your range really hard, and when that situation happens, you want to have, of course, donking range. So you just hover over it, and you will see donking range on the turn of the reg. Uh, you will see which type of hands he uses. You see, for example, here uh, this player called with the king 10 preflop. He called 1/3 c-bet on 4-9 queen, and the turn got 9. So 9 favors the big blind and or blind, and but in this spot big blind, because big blind will have a lot of nines in his range, and you see that the big blind is donking small size on the turn, and he can do it because now the 9 has favored his range. So donking now is GTO, and the regs will donk on the turn, and you want to know the strength of their range, you want to know how their range looks like, you want to know how much they fold versus a raise when they donk, how much they donk turn and check fold river, how much they donk turn and bet river, and the range that are donking turn and betting river. You can also see here distribution of the range. uh, you can see their bluffs, you can see the sizes that they are using, a lot of overbet size in this spot. You see 65% is is 2 pair plus, so pretty useful stuff. And you also have donking range on the river here with the bet sizes and range distribution. So here you also have that same things for the tribet flops. This is for tribet pots. Flops donk is intended for a fish because a reg will rarely donk at you, and you'll see here how fish plays the turn, how plays river, and what you can do to exploit it. But this is for the regs important turn and the river, because the regs will have donking range on the turn and on the river.